Before you people keep on complaining like you do all the time, just remember there are literally thousands and thousands of people who are living in New Jersey right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Safety with Fat Boy. It is Friday night, October 23rd, behind the Fat Friday. I hope you all had a good week. As we told you early in the weekend last night, Del Bell and Bri Bri still are not here. They will be back next week, hopefully. I'm just starting to get over my strep throat that I got after I got my flu shot. That you're all going to say, "Oh, that's why you shouldn't have got a flu shot." And that's for something that's up my ass that I'll talk about on Monday. But either way, Del Bell still did not want to be around me. I don't think Del Bell wants to be around me anyway. But being sick like this, I understood it. So she should be back next week with Bri Bri. So tonight, folks, we have a special Behind the Fat Friday for you. Our newest member of the crew, Francis the Mule, is here. And Peter Piper, I think for a bumbling idiot, he's a pretty smart individual. And I think he's seen a little something he didn't like as soon as Francis came onto the set with us. So he wanted to speak there, and tonight we're going to bring that to you. So I'm going to get right to it. So without any further ado, here's a man that definitely needs no introduction whatsoever. Here is Peter Piper.
Thank you, Big T, for that very beautiful introduction. Welcome to another episode of Safety with Fat Boy. Tonight, Fat Boy is not here. I'm going to be talking a little bit about Sammy, who had killed that poor, horrible old lady. She's now on the run. We know that she murdered her. We have all the evidence, and she is now a fugitive on the run. And we're searching for her whereabouts. I feel like I'm hot on her trail. I'm going to be interviewing Fran the Mule tonight. Fran the Mule will be here very shortly, and hopefully I can get a lot of good information out of her. Oh, well, that's Fran. It's got to be Fran. Come in. Francis the Mule.
Hi.
How are you doing? I'm Peter Piper.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
And say hello to the people. Welcome to my home.
Hello, people.
This is a very special occasion.
Is this your whole home? It's very tiny.
That's what all the girls say. So
Where do you
this
sleep?
is, well, the table pulls out into a bed. This is my home, and we're here to talk a little bit about Sammy and her whereabouts. So when Fat Boy and Big T had interviewed you to be on this show, Fat Boy had told me that after the interview he had asked about Sammy and found that you have some relation with Sammy. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
At the time, I didn't think it was anyone's business if I knew her. But since it's getting out there, we know each other from a while back.
Okay, could you tell me a little bit about your relationship with her?
It was a sexual relationship, yes. I was in college.
Was she in the films with you? One Night in Francis?
No, not that one.
All right. Now, I watched that film multiple times. That was a trick question. I searched all over for Sammy and couldn't find her.
No, she wasn't. She was behind me.
Are you telling me she was in the film then?
Yes and no.
Okay, so she was there with...
She was there
Behind you or
me,
inside of
behind
you?
me.
She was inside of you.
Behind me.
She took the back entrance.
She did.
You know, I just have some questions about... So, could you move your hands, please? So, Sammy, she was involved with a lot of people. Could you tell me...
Do you normally drool?
All the time.
Okay.
Oh. It's the boots. So Sammy had given everybody on the show
A hand job?
a hand job and herpes. Could you tell us where the herpes came from?
Well, definitely wasn't me.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, now this is very important to the case because I had sex with Sammy too.
Not a good idea.
Now you say that like you know where the herpes came from.
It wasn't from me. That I'm 75%.
I just want to know if you have some medication.
You know what? Not even on me. I don't.
Because the way my bank account's set up right now, I can't go see the doctor, and I really need.
You look me straight in the eye and you tell me that you have herpes.
I have herpes. I tried. Well, okay, so Sammy, we knew that she was involved with Ed from Arcadia, Florida.
Yes, who wasn't?
Yeah, okay, so we know Big T was also involved with Ed from Arcadia, Florida. Big T swears that he and Ed had nothing to do with Sammy's moving down south. She started heading south. She went to Delaware.
Oh, she went south a couple times.
Yes, she goes down all the time. And when she came back up,
Which she hardly does. But
I didn't think she was going to. She came back up to Jersey. And when she got to New Jersey, that's when you came onto the show.
So you think that I have something to do with her?
I just don't know how you're going to explain it. The same Dairy Queen that we saw, Ganti Bajau, not Ganti Bajau, it was Ganti Bajau who told us, I believe. Nabi Chang and Sammy, the same Dairy Queen, we saw them spark their affair at.
Okay.
We saw you and Sammy at.
But did you really see us?
I mean, she was inside of you again.
You know what? I took E that night. I don't even remember. Because we didn't meet at a Dairy Queen.
How could you... Wait, what was that?
Me and Sammy didn't meet at a Dairy Queen.
Where'd you meet?
We met at the Pink Taco.
At the Pink Taco. And did you eat out?
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a very special announcement. Myself and Del Bell have been running for president, Fat Boy 2020, and my rolling mate Del Bell. And we just want to say, due to the events that have happened recently, of Del Bell being in an accident, she's doing much better. Big T here getting sick. We just want to say the show must go on. So in the unfortunate event that Del Bell cannot be here with us, we just want to assure you people, the morons of America, that I will still have a rolling mate. We're going to get Big T a chair, and he will be my rolling mate. It will be Fat Boy and Big T for President 2020. Now this is a hypothetical situation. We don't know that this is going to take place, but in the unfortunate event that this horrible, horrible, horrible rolling mate of mine decides that she needs to back out of the race, we will have Big T here as a replacement. Now back to your
Wow, what a story. What a fucking
Telling
story.
you a cigarette after that one, huh?
Yeah. So you guys did eat out at what was it, the Pink Taco?
Yes.
Wow. All the description and I think I came. Did you guys catch all of that at home? That was. I think you've answered a lot of my questions about Sammy and her whereabouts and where she's been, and hopefully I can get her now. That I know where the Pink Taco is and how to find it.
I can show you.
And you said they're underneath the hood.
No. You have to open the two flaps first. And then...
And the clitoris is in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how you get inside the Pink Taco.
And once you're in,
You're sucked in.
and it's flowing. It's flowing. So thank you for this very, very special
No, thank
interview.
you. Thank you.
That was very lovely. All right, now get out.
Son of a bitch.
Here. You gave her $2 and a ride home. So I'm gonna turn this one back over to. I'm gonna turn this one back over to Big T, who's gonna. Hopefully, he explains to you how all this transpired to begin with. But I gotta get on Sammy's tail real quick. So stay safe or stay fat or whatever. I don't know.
Wow, I'll tell you what, folks. If I would have known, or anybody else, Del Bell or Fat Boy, who, you know, we're the ones who hire these people, would have known that there was this much information that Frances the Mule had. We didn't even know that she knew Sammy before we interviewed her and hired her. So now she's twisted up in this. Now, you know, unless she wants to be like Krispy Kreme and just take off to parts unknown. I think I really think Frances DeMille knows a little more than what she's actually telling Peter Piper. But that bumbling idiot will get to the bottom of it, because as much as he doesn't look like he's right most of the time, and as much as there's something wrong with him, he did figure out that Sammy was the killer of Mrs. Burnett. And he'll figure out, too, where Sammy is. And I'll tell you right now, if Frances DeMille has anything to do whatsoever with hiding out Sammy, after Sammy killed this lovely, lovely, wonderful, wonderful, innocent old lady, Mrs. Burnett, we will make sure that Frances DeMille pays for hiding out Sammy. Okay, folks, that's another week wrapped here on Safety with Fat Boy. Next week, like I said, we'll have Del Bell and Bri Bri back, hopefully. So everybody have a great weekend, and over the weekend, I'm sure that Fat Boy Lloyd from Whiting, New Jersey will post reruns that are now in syndication on WPIX and TV Land. Pippity, 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 popcorn player. I want everybody to have a great weekend and a pleasant weekend.